Warning. The following video contains an overdose amount of memes for a typical physics ISU video. This video also was made possible thanks to my all-nighter no-sleep coffee-fueled body. Please put your cats and toasters far away from the screen as this video may be harmful to their well-being. Viewer discretion is advised.
So y'all probably saw some type of time travel movie in your lifetime. Well, this is probably what you imagined and saw on TV. You may have traveled to the future. Or you may have gone back in time to see the Wild West. But this idea of time travel only came around 1895 when English writer Herbert George Wells published his novel, The Time Machine, but since no one at the time knew if it was possible or not, he called it a scientific romance novel, though 10 years later the answer came about from Einstein's special relativity theory. Either way, all of what you saw is crap, and speeding down the road after watching Back to the Future will probably get you pulled over. We all know our favorite theoretical scientist, Stephen Hawking, and before I start, I want to share a very good quote of his. If time travel is possible, where are the tourists from the future? When we mention Einstein, we instantly think of his face and E equals mc squared, which is the formula for mass energy equivalence. But the consequences we will talk about are interconnected due to the special relativity, which is the well-confirmed physical theory on the relationship between space and time. Because the time we perceive is an illusion. We are always in the present, there is no future. We think of it, but truly we are blinded by this illusion. Now let's check out time dilation, guys. Time dilation, the apparent loss of time of a moving clock as observed by a stationary observer. A great way to showcase it and give you all an example is to imagine yourself inside the International Space Station and watching me in a spacesuit outside, floating by while having a beam of light bouncing between two mirrors. In this one, imagine the ball as a beam of light. Since we both know the speed of light is around 300 million meters per second, with that, even though the speed is the same, the visualized distance of the beam traveled is different, and so is the time. That is time dilation, my friends. The famous Russian Sergei Krikalev is the first astronaut to spend the most days in orbit, 803 days, 9 hours, and 39 minutes. This caused him to travel into the future by 0.02 seconds. But how could we achieve time travel, you may ask? Is it possible? Theoretically, yes. One such way to travel into the future is by finding the nearest black hole, which if you remember from my off-topic Tuesday, I think it was a Wednesday for me though, that a black hole is a region of space having an intense gravitational field that no matter or radiation can escape it, which you would need to circle at the speed of light pretty much. With this, you would cause time to fly by faster from your point of view than from the Earth's point of view. But do you want to be turned into spaghetti? Which, as of 2004, it can technically spit out chunks of you, well, at least the chunks of matter and radiation of your own old self. Well, nope. Well, I sure do at this point. But what about going back in time? Going to the past just like in Back to the Future 3? Then you should consider locating a wormhole, a hypothetical connection between widely separated regions of space and time. Since hypothetical, you would first need to find one, discover it. We theoretically know about it, but we cannot locate one. But they are technically only the size of a couple particles wide. So unless you want your thin cells to make it through, then go right ahead, it's your choice. It is also not 100% possible to even find one. So honestly, with this job, good luck going to the past. I can already hear you all asking, but what about DeLorean? Isn't not able to work as a time machine? Well, if you think going 80 miles per hour on the road is going to take you to the future, well, good luck. You have a great imagination, or you're just ruining a step up your game. With that sick ride, you won't get that far, especially if the cops on your tail. Have fun explaining how you're trying to get to the future even though you ran over some meager 20 kids. Well, what about the TARDIS from Doctor Who? If you want to achieve the creation of a time machine, you would need to get a specific exotic form of matter with negative energy density, which would go backwards even with a push forwards. That's what it technically does. Unless you try that, you won't go to the past. Well, at least that's at this point. You could technically do without it, but we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Though, are we truly stuck back here? As I was saying, can we do time travel in a time travel device without the material, without the matter? Well, in general sense, yes, we are stuck back here, and we could technically have to have that matter, but in theory, not really. You could try getting a donut-shaped vacuum with a space-time being bent on itself with specific gravity fields. You then have to race around in labs, which would take you back in time. But you would be noodle soup in moments. That's the only problem with it. You're gonna become soup. Let us let that sink in for a bit. Let you refresh your minds. Use this moment to listen to this relaxing vaporwave and just breathe, and don't do anything else for this moment. Well, you still want to time travel, right? Well, okay. Buckle up your seatbelts and get ready to fly in space for ages at the speed of light, because you are going to go to the future. Unless you could find a way to accelerate a whole spaceship at that speed, you won't get far.
An old car engine is starting.
But if you really were able to, around 10 years of flying there to a point and back at the speed of light would bring you back to approximately 1,000 years in the future back to Earth. Let's say you left in a spacecraft that's able to carry and you and everything that you're bringing with you and also accelerate you to the speed of light in 2017 and only spend 10 years approximately traveling there and back from your starting point. You will be back in approximately the year 3017, approximately. So unless you think of time traveling as a means of which includes a big time machine, you will either have a hard time finding a way to get yourself to move into the past or future. In conclusion, time travel is possible in theory, but not yet in experimental physics. So until we reach a point in our technological breakthroughs where we could have small particle accelerators that would be able to accelerate a whole ship to light speed, but still be compact. So, in other words, good luck with your search for that special matter. You're gonna need it. I've already spent a good chunk of time talking to you about the ways you could achieve time travel and its theoretical possibility. So in science, time travel is all but science fiction in books. It's a true possibility that could take ages at least to get close to achieving flight at light speed in compact particle accelerators.
Loading next part, please wait.
Just stop! Just stop it! Stop! No! Just stop it! It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Papa Frank told me to stop, so I will stop now. Well, there goes my 6 hours of no sleep, coffee-fueled self making this video last moment, because procrastination. Yes, I know, this is such a wow topic. So please enjoy passing this around to friends. I had lots of fun making this, so I would like everyone to see this because this is pretty fun to make in general. But also, please know I accept all donations for my work. Feel free to tip me for making this. Anyway, guys and girls, go crack open a cold one with the boys.
Prank, baby! Yeah! That was a good prank. God damn, that was a prank. Filthy prank! If you're feeling suicidal, you've come to the right place. Because I want to kill myself as well.